Okay, so when you think about the internet now, what comes to mind? Chances are what comes to mind is social media, or at least huge social media applications, such as Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and more. However, if you think about it, how often do you find yourself leaving these websites? Probably not that often, or every now and then. Considering how easily accessible information on these websites are, and it's very likely that when you do end up somewhere else, it's likely to be on the likes of Wikipedia. The internet, as we know it, would now be classified as the centralized internet, as we see most people online and websites and apps run by bigger corporations. Because of this, all data passes through their servers, ending up in them having more access to our data. Because of how easily accessible everything on these websites are, you find it's hard to usually leave them, right? With that in mind, I have a few more questions to ask you. How big do you think the internet is? Let's not kid ourselves, the internet is huge. Around 500 hours of content is uploaded to YouTube every minute, and over around 800 million videos have been claimed since they introduced their Content ID system alone. Over 50 billion photos have been uploaded to Instagram, and around over 500 million tweets are sent to Twitter every day. The internet is massive. How much of this is accessible to us though? Google alone has more than 130 trillion pages available by search alone, and yet, amazingly, about 96 to 99% of internet content isn't accessible by a conventional search engine. This is known as the deep web, which contains the likes of your email messages, private social media content, and other content of the likes not accessible to everyone. That's an astonishing amount of things stored on the internet, and only a small fraction we would be able to access. Over the years, the internet has grown more and more. With some digging and searching, I was able to find forums dating back all the way to the 90s, where people were talking about the likes of Shrek as a new film. Content from before many of the people in this school were born. And on top of that, content takes many forms too. Be it artwork, videos, animation, writing, games and more, all being added to with each day that passes. It's really amazing to think about how large and important this one modern invention came to be.